Yeah, we in the front row and it's so live.
Shout out to in the front row.
You'll see some of those highlights from Montrez and everyone throughout their
journey. Baby, front row the best.
Now we in the front row. Hey, hey, thank you for tuning in to the show.
Appreciate
Now
you
we
live
rolling
and showing
on
the
you
world.
already know.
Keep it going, Jermaine
It's going
Jackson.
down, everybody so hype. High school to the pros. Now we in the front row. Now we in the front row. Yeah, now you in the front row.
How does it feel?
Feels good. You know,
Row and it's so live. Got the best view, VIP courtside. It's going down, everybody so hype. High school to the pros. Now we in the front row. Hey, hey, thank you for tuning in to the show. Hey, hey, now we ballin', homie, you already know. Hey, it's going down, everybody so hype. High school to the pros. Now we in the front row.
Yes, you are live here on In the Front Row here on the Fredo Show with myself, Fredo Cervantes. And, you know, we got a very special guest for everybody here today. And one of the best things I want to go ahead and let you guys first know is, guys, go get lace. You know, go get lace at getlaces.com. Go ahead and get all your merch. We have a lot of amazing things to go ahead and show to everybody, you know, and everybody has been loving the laces. I do not go out my house without having my laces on my LeBrons, on my Nikes, on whatever shoes I'm wearing. I got to go ahead and get lace. So this is the same thing you guys got to go ahead and do as well. As you see below here on the screen, use the promo code Fredo and get 25% off your full order, guys. So right now is perfect time for the holidays. Quick delivery. I know my guy Marlan is going to go ahead and shoot out your laces right away. You go ahead and put it in order right now. So go ahead and go to getlaces.com. Use the promo code Fredo and get 25% off. And you know, right now we are live here on the Fredo Show. It was perfectly, guys. You know, it was a perfect time for me to go ahead and really look forward to today, because hours ago today we had breaking news. We have some breaking news, guys. We did have the signing of a current Laker. I know this is a Laker that a lot of people like a lot. I personally have had my issues with the man, and I'm gonna go ahead and explain to you guys exactly what the problem is. But before I explain the problem, I want to go ahead and let you guys know the Lakers did extend Lakers forward Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma will be staying in Los Angeles for 3 more years for $40 million. And that's where I want to stop real quick. That's where I know it's a problem, because for a young guy in Kyle Kuzma, who has really much not done much in the league. I mean, he's had given us some very good games. He's given us 20-point games, maybe some 30-point games, but he's given us a lot of 5-point games, 7-point games, 10-point games. And those are the games that I always have problems with, because he's very inconsistent when he's not on the court. I know during this NBA bubble, he kind of plays some very good, amazing defense and very good overall offensively as well. But that was only during the restart part of the bubble, not during the playoffs. And that's where a lot of people get it mixed up there a lot. You know, they talk about the playoffs and the NBA restart put together. Let's go ahead and separate that, because when Kyle Kuzma was on the court during the restart, he was magnificent. He was amazing. I was like, wow, this is a Kyle Kuzma who really put in some work over the this long offseason due to COVID-19. But then at the same time, you know, once we got into the playoffs, he kind of got out of the rotation. Even Frank Vogel got him out there, and even LeBron James said it. You know, we need Kyle Kuzma to be Kyle Kuzma in order to win a championship. I mean, in that case, LeBron was wrong, because Kyle Kuzma wasn't Kyle Kuzma, and the Lakers still won a championship. But right now, we want to talk about the $40 million that the Lakers are giving away to Kyle Kuzma, which at the same time, if you follow me on Instagram, which everybody should right now, go ahead and follow me at Fredo Cervantes on Instagram, on Twitter, and Facebook. I said earlier, is this a good thing for the Lakers? And let me let you guys know a little bit of things that you can do once you sign a player to a $40 million contract worth in 3 years. So right here, one of the things that the Lakers have the luxury now in is maybe trading Kyle Kuzma, because now the value for Kyle Kuzma is a lot more than what he was worth, about $3.5 million in his rookie deal that he currently had before he signed over today. So when the Lakers were trying to trade Kyle Kuzma over the past few weeks, and even there was a lot of talk, hey, maybe they want to trade Kyle Kuzma for Chris Paul, even though Chris Paul went to Phoenix, but there was that discussion as well. Maybe, I mean, there's a James Harden, which I'm going to go ahead and bring this story up later, that I'm hearing something about the Clippers chasing over James Harden. But Kyle Kuzma was worth like a regular, let's say you go out there and you buy a Ford Explorer truck. You buy the basic Ford Explorer, which that was what Kyle Kuzma was. But now you get that Ford Explorer. You put some nice rims on it. You put a nice sound system. You tint the windows. You maybe do a new paint job. That's exactly what the Lakers just did to Kyle Kuzma. They just put his value a lot higher than what he was just yesterday or even this morning when he woke up. So the value of Kyle Kuzma now is easier to ship around to another team, which I believe this is a move that Rob Pelinka, Lakers GM, who I praise every single day. And I know one of our guests that we have joining us right now on the bid, Shereen Ryan, she knows how much I love Rob Pelinka, how much I praise the guy for what he's done here for the Los Angeles Lakers. But that's the problem I see in Kyle Kuzma that the Lakers now have. Now they can ship him for a guy that's worth maybe $11-12 million a year, which in that case, who knows what they can do during the offseason. But that's my take on Kyle Kuzma there, on what the Lakers just did. But one of the main stories I really want to focus on, guys, I want to focus on the NBA, guys, investigating the Los Angeles Clippers for the illegal recruitment they've been having with Kawhi Leonard. Very interesting, guys. Very interesting story. What the Lakers kind of did back into summer 2019. Of course, we all knew the speculation around the league was Kawhi Leonard is going to the Lakers. Kawhi Leonard is about to sign with the Lakers. And then out of nowhere, guys, whoever lived in Los Angeles that night, there was an earthquake. That same night, Kawhi Leonard agreed to a contract with the Los Angeles Clippers. But, you know, there was a guy that goes by the name of Johnny Wilkes. If anybody want to go in and find Johnny Wilkes, let me know where he's at, because that's a guy I want to speak to. Johnny Wilkes claims to be a close friend of Kawhi Leonard, and all of a sudden he helps out in a connection with Jerry West and the Clippers organization to recruit Kawhi Leonard. This Johnny Wilkes tells Jerry West, Jerry, Kawhi, I have him in my corner. I can get you to meet with them before free agency was open. So this is where the Clippers are now stepping over the boundaries and now recruiting and doing some illegal work behind the scenes, which, you know, Jerry West, I don't want to even I don't even know what to call this man anymore. For him to call the Lakers a shit show, you got to be fucking kidding me, Jerry West. Calling the Lakers a shit show, someone who you grew up with, you play with the Lakers, you won a championship with the Lakers. Yeah, you did lose a lot of championships facing the Boston Celtics back in the 60s, but for you to leave a voicemail to a Johnny Wilkes and let him know, hey, don't go with the shit show. Kawhi is not going to be anything over there. He might be the best player, but he is not going to be the focus of the Lakers, which at the end of the day, who cares who's the focus? As long as you win, that's the end. That's the end result that anybody wants. And in this case, I mean, Jerry West kind of, you know, they are in trouble. That's all I want to say. The LA Clippers are in trouble, and what's about to happen, guys. It's amazing to go in and know what's about to happen there. But right now, I mean, talking about illegal recruitment, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about some more positive stuff. You know, I want to go ahead and talk about not some disappointments, but a great feature that's coming into the NBA, guys, and Lamelo Ball. You know, Lamelo Ball, we all have known now what Lamelo Ball was before. Anybody that's been following me on social media knows I have all the full coverage for you guys for Lamelo Ball. And right now, currently, he is and will be the rookie of the year. Plain and simple, guys. I mean, I'm gonna say this right now. I mean, Dwayne Wade ain't no joke. Dwayne Wade has been one of the greatest NBA superstars we've had in the past 20 years in the league. But Dwayne Wade took it to himself. Nobody tweeted for him. Nobody else owns the Dwayne Wade Twitter account besides maybe Gabrielle Union, his wife. But Dwayne Wade took it to Twitter and said Lamelo Ball is going to be a trouble in the NBA. Plain and simple. That came from Dwayne Wade himself. And, you know, for the people that have been knowing us, they've seen the coverage, they've seen the news, they've seen how great Lamelo is of a passer, how great he is as just to get his teammates involved. Miles Bridges, right now, nobody knows Miles Bridges, but in about 2 months, Miles Bridges will be one of the best forwards in the NBA. People are going to be like, well, where did Miles Bridges come from? Well, first of all, he came from Michigan State. He got drafted a few years ago by the Charlotte Hornets. But Lamelo Ball, over the past 4 games he's played with the Charlotte Hornets, he has made Miles Bridges maybe like a Blake Griffin. I mean, you're going to be looking at Miles Bridges, one of the next big forwards coming out of the East. And I'm telling you this right now, Miles Bridges will be one of the biggest stars coming up next right now. But one of the things I want to go ahead and let you guys know on what's coming up next, I have one of the best sports minds that you can find. And believe it or not, guys, it's a female. Yes, we got the one and only Shereen Ryan, who will be joining us here on In the Front Row on the Fredo Show coming up. But before I do let you guys know right now, before we do go to a very quick commercial break, guys, I want to let you guys know again one more time. If you're looking below on the screen, guys, if you're looking, where is it? Right there. Get Lace, guys. Make sure you go to getlaces.com. Use the promo code Fredo and get 25% off your full order today, guys. Make sure you check that out right now. Getlaces.com. Use the promo code Fredo and get what again, guys? 25% off. That is correct, guys. We'll be right back here on the Fredo Show with Shereen Ryan and myself, Fredo Cervantes. And we are back here in Los Angeles Morris Media Studios, myself, Fredo Cervantes. And I just want to go ahead and again let you guys know, go get your laces, man. You got premium shoes. Every single pair of premium shoes need premium laces, guys. These are amazing laces, perfect for kids, perfect for ballers, perfect just for style, especially if we're in Los Angeles. Go get your laces at GetLacedLaces.com. GetLacedLaces.com. Use the promo code Fredo and get 25% off today. Code expires on the 31st of December, which we're only about 4 weeks away to the New Year. Yeah. So go ahead and pick up your laces. It's a perfect gift for the holidays, guys. GetLacedLaces.com. Promo code Fredo, 25%. I'm here with Clipper Darrell. I just got to pay up. Thank you very much, Lakers, for our opening day loss. And I'm just going to get that.
And it's going to be another Christmas day loss, man. Just get down, baby. Yeah. Let's go. Here we go. Right. Come on, baby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go. Hey. Let's go. Thank you, LeBron. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Kawhi. PG. Thank you,
Subscribe on YouTube.
Subscribe, guys, right now. Do it right now. Click it.
In the front row. Click subscribe.
Right now,
we only need 96 and we're at 1,000.
Literally, like right there.
Yeah.
There it is. Click it right now, guys.
We're getting there. Go subscribe.
Click it right now. Click. Subscribe.
To see Fredo and I debate.
Right now.
You don't want to miss
Subscribe.
that.
Yeah, subscribe right now, guys. Subscribe. Do it.
We'll see you next week at 7:30, guys. Till next time.
VIP courtside, ay, it's going down. Everybody so hype. High school to the pros. Now we in the front row. Hey, thank you for tuning in to the show. Ay.
And yes, that is right. Thank you guys for tuning into the show here on the Fredo Show with myself, Fredo Cervantes. And I do have the wonderful and the talented Shereen Ryan joining us right now here on the Fredo Show. Shereen, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm so happy my Kuz is back on the Lakers with his $1 million contract.
No. Is it time for us to talk about this right now, Shereen? Is it really time?
What do you want to talk about, Fredo?
Okay, so look, you have known me for quite some time. You know how I feel about the gentleman, Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah.
I love Rob, but I'm not the biggest.
Shout out.
What was that?
him and LeBron James are your shout outs.
Yes, they are. They have turned around because, we've dealt with the Lakers situation over the past, 6-7 years. And we've been down for so long that now, since LeBron joined us in 2018 and Rob Pelinka as well, it has just been a turnaround. It's been a big turnaround. And, now seeing Kyle Kuzma joining us in 2017, being a late draft pick in, with the Lakers, which was Magic Johnson's piece there. Now he does extend his rookie contract. The rookie contract deadlines for all the rookies of that year was tomorrow. And the Lakers signed him today. Shereen, what was your reaction when you saw that?
I was ecstatic. Here, look, I think you're forgetting a few things. One, when Kuzma started with the Lakers, we were all like, wow, my God, he should have been a lottery pick. He's so good. That was when LeBron and AD, two of the best players in the league, weren't on the team. So we had Luke Walton as the coach, and they were developing the younger talent. This is before the big trade with Lonzo and B.I. and Josh Hart. So at that point, the Laker organization was, I think they didn't want to get rid of Kuzma, but they got rid of everybody else. And look at B.I. now. He's making tons of money. And Josh Hart on the Pelicans, along with Lonzo on the Pelicans. Kuzma is a champion. He was part of the team. And LeBron is very happy about this contract. LeBron was like, Kuzma! LeBron was very happy about it. So there's something that he brings to the table that LeBron James likes and the team likes, and they're dedicated to him. Now, if they trade him, they trade him. But, I think he's put in his time and he's shown a lot of value. He's been one of the least paid people on the team, and he works very hard. So I don't know. I mean, look at Giannis has $223 million over, like, what's $40 million? I mean, I think he's worth it at this point.
I mean, yeah, but if you heard what I was talking about a little bit not too long ago, and regarding maybe using him now as a trade piece, because now his value is higher, and it's just kind of going to be crazy. Now he's going to be maybe easier. Don't you say that it's going to be easier for him to be possibly shipped out?
Aren't you tired of shipping out all the talent that we develop?
I am, but I get down.
Lonzo with BI and Josh Hart and the Pelicans with Zion, they look like a great team to me.
Yeah, they look amazing. They do look amazing. And shout out to Lonzo Ball, man. Lonzo Ball had a very good preseason for the Pelicans. Yeah. He's been making Zion look like the next star that he is destined to possibly be. It was going to be very, very great to kind of go ahead and see that. But one of the other interesting things I want to talk to you about, Shereen, is the NBA investigating the Clippers, like with this whole Kawhi Leonard situation.
Oh my God.
Did you get a chance to listen to the voicemail that Jerry West left on Johnny Wilkes' cell phone?
Yes.
What was your reaction to that? Let us know.
The Lakers must have really upset Jerry West at some point. I think when they brought Pelinka on, I think Jerry West wanted to come back, and they didn't bring him back. And I think Kobe won out over Jerry West, and he obviously is sore, but also knew that his boss wanted him to get Kawhi. So he had to do what he had to do, and I just think he went the distance with it, and now is caught. And what did they find? What did they find Magic for interfering for tampering? So this is kind of tampering, right?
But this is more than just tampering. This is more.
Well, he didn't talk directly to him. They find Magic Johnson for being on Jimmy. Was it Jimmy Fallon?
Jimmy Kimmel. He was on Jimmy Kimmel when he did a little, a little wing. Right.
Like, what the hell was that? It was ridiculous. I don't know. I didn't know he was so sour. It's that's sad. That just made me very sad. And Bob has a lot of money, and he wants what he wants, right? Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I think the Laker fans are pretty happy with AD instead of Kawhi. So.
Yeah, we are happy that Anthony Davis is here, but just imagine, just for a second, stop and just imagine what if Kawhi would have landed to the Lakers, which, everyone was speculating at the time that it was a done deal. And then the Clippers out of nowhere came with Paul George. But what do you think the Lakers would have been looking like right now with Kawhi Leonard being the third guy?
Afford Kawhi, AD, and LeBron? Could they afford all that?
Well, I mean, they were able to. That's why they were going to be able to work a deal around it, and they were going to make it work. But out of nowhere, the Clippers come in with Paul George, and Johnny Wilkes in his he is suing Jerry West and the Clippers. And in his report there, it said that he had told Jerry West ahead of time, days before they made the trade, hey, you need to get Paul George in order to even try to get the interest level of a Kawhi Leonard to even talk to you.
That guy is slimy.
What was that again?
Suing the Clippers for what?
I missed that part. What was that again?
I mean, he's slimy. Why is he suing the Clippers?
Right. Well, I mean, they're not paying up. Apparently, the deal was that
the players got together.
Yeah, I mean, the deal was he was going to help get Kawhi to the Clippers, and then he was going to get paid $2.5 million. So if I tell you, Shereen, hey, Shereen, you know what? I'll get you so-and-so, and then you pay me $2.5 million. If you, after a year long, don't even pay me my money, which to see Barber, you're a goddamn billionaire. You don't. You have the money. You have the money.
Thanks of it, right? Like, was there a contract? Was this?
Well, there was that. I mean, that's where there's a legitimate.
This isn't right and tough shit.
I mean, that was his fault for not getting it in contract.
You have to get a contract for $2.5 million.
But this is getting a little dirty right now. So I'm guessing
very dirty.
Yeah, so I'm guessing in about a few weeks, maybe a month or two, we're gonna get a little more once they go actually into the court system and whatnot. So we're gonna see a lot more things. But then we already saw that voicemail come out, so that was very big to know.
You think Jerry West is gonna say something to Jeannie Buss or apologize for the language? I think he was just trying to get the guy over. That's what I think.
Of course. I mean, you work for that organization, so you do want to get the guy over there. But to call the Lakers a shit show, you gotta be kidding me.
Everybody thought it was, though. At the time of Kurt Rambis and his wife, they were making them villains when they'd been in the organization for decades. The media was just out to get the Lakers and make them look bad. And maybe that stemmed from the Clippers,
Yeah, I mean, that was the problem. So, I mean, right now, all I hope is that. But, I mean, I hope right now, at the end of the day, please, NBA, just do the right move and find him. I mean, they don't even have draft picks. They don't even have draft picks anymore.
The only team that really gets tampering charges. It's not right.
Right, and this is big. That's why I was saying this is bigger than just a little bit of tampering of a tweet or going on a Jimmy Kimmel interview. This is big. I mean, you're arguably you're being accused of offering $2.5 million to sway Kawhi Leonard to the Clippers, and it happened. It was a done deal. It seemed. I mean, Kawhi's a Clipper now. Got eliminated in the second round. Let's not talk about that right now. But
sounds like extortion, though, Fredo. Sounds like he was trying to extort them. You pay me the money, or else I'll go public with this. And they
okay, so yeah, right. It can be that way, or it can be like, hey, you promised me 2.5 and you haven't paid up. Pay up now.
Right, pay up, or I'll go public. I'm sure.
A little too late for them, and this is not one of the biggest scandals that we've had with the Clippers. I mean, we had a major scandal about 8 years ago with a guy that goes by the name of Donald Sterling. So we had that big scandal there back then in the Clippers, but now it's a different scandal. So let's see what happens there. But one of the things I want to talk to you about, Shereen, because you did get it as well, a very close look, just like I did. We both had some very good seats over the summer of 2019. We were covering the Drew League for in the front row, and we got a chance to see the greatness of Lamelo Ball. I remember, we got a chance to see maybe about 8, 9, 10 games of him.
We kept looking at each other. We kept going, "Oh, wow, he is special."
Yeah, and I know I was telling you the whole time. I was like, Shereen, this is it. I was like that big fan that wish I was like, man, this is the next deal.
You're salivating.
Yeah, I mean,
on number one. I think the other teams that didn't pick him 1 and 2, I think they're like, oh shit, we should have picked him.
No, they should have. They should have. And they're going to make a mistake. So that's one thing we're going to talk about the Minnesota Timberwolves, and a very big thing for the Golden State Warriors, because when the Golden State Warriors found out about 5 hours prior to the NBA draft that Klay Thompson has tore his Achilles again. So he's going to be out for maybe another, say, 10, 15 months. Yeah, right. He's making a ton of money. So now the Warriors had a very good opportunity to draft Lamelo Ball, team him up. They were in need of another guard. Do you think the Warriors did a bad decision there?
Well, I mean, I don't think they thought Klay was going to get hurt again, but don't forget that I'm a big Arizona Wildcat fan, and I write a lot about
right
Wildcats on Zona Zealots. So they got Nico Mannion was supposed to go a lot higher than
yes.
But Steve Kerr knows that Nico Mannion has a ton of potential. If you don't know who I'm talking about, he's got a lot of red hair. And I pointed him out at the Drew League, and we interviewed him and Josh. Josh got drafted higher than Nico did.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. So you didn't know that day we were talking to two NBA players. I was trying to tell you,
I still remember that too. I remember that day you were telling me, like, Fredo, you see that red-headed kid right there up in the 5th row? And I was looking, I was like, oh yeah, I see him. He's the next star for the Arizona, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And we looked that up. He passed by right in front of us. We stopped, talked to him. I know we got the interview. So anybody out there, go ahead and check out that interview with Josh and Nico Mannion on our YouTube page right now. Right. Yeah. We got this interview about a year ago.
And I think Steve Kerr knows he is from Arizona. Like, he grew up in Arizona. I believe he grew up in Tucson. I'm not sure. I think
so. You think that was the connection? You think because he was more of an Arizona guy?
Kerr knows. He knows.
He knows, right?
And I think that he went much later than he was supposed to. And I think part of it was, and they said that that year for Sean Miller was just very difficult, right? It was very difficult for Sean Miller, going through all this crap with the ESPN announcers, constantly trying to throw him under the bus. And I just think it was a tough year. And I don't think Nico got as much of a chance. He's more of a natural player. And I think maybe he didn't mesh with Sean Miller well, but when he went in there, he showed his potential. And he doesn't have as much experience as Lamelo on the pro level. But when it came to AAU ball and all that, definitely I think he's going to be somebody that is like, wow, Steve Kerr really picked up a good player. I'm not just saying that. I think he has a lot of potential, even though he didn't show it in college. But, the season got stopped in March, and they didn't get to go to the NCAA tournament to show everybody how good they were. And by the way, that team had 3 NBA rookies on it. Zeke Naji, who I think went first, Josh Green, and Nico Mannion. So 3 Arizona Wildcats got drafted in the NBA draft. But to your point, Lamelo Ball, watching him play, and thank God his dad is just taking the back seat right now. And I think they've all worked it out, And I think not having the noise lets everybody focus on Lamelo. And I think that he's doing a great job interviewing and, being serious about it. And, I think he's really matured. And, Jermaine O'Neal is, probably a really good mentor.
Jermaine Jackson.
Sorry, Jermaine Jackson. Yeah.
So, talking about Jermaine, very, very great guy. Very, he's a former NBA player. He's former NBA player, played for the Detroit Pistons, played for the Milwaukee Bucks. He played for a lot of other teams out there as well. So, we both got a chance to meet him over that summer of 2019. And I've been able to keep a relationship with the man over the past, year and a half, and being able to talk to him, I got a chance to, message him on Melo's preseason debut. And, I was like, man, I saw someone who just had the confidence. He had the confidence just to kind of, play the game. He didn't look scared on the court. He didn't look like he didn't know what to do. He was confident. And I think that was one of the vibes, the vibe in the locker room. That has maybe something to do with it. I mean, a guy like Gordon Hayward talking great about the kid.
Yeah.
I mean, Devontae Graham talking great as well. Cody Zeller talking amazing about the kid. And, LaMelo Ball, he's only 19 years old.
Oh, my God. Pass the ball underhand. No look, underhand pass. It's like, what?
Right. I was like.
Behind the neck. Like it was an assist behind the neck. It was another no look pass.
That was like Magic Johnson right there. And
God.
I mean,
we haven't seen that for so long. The acrobatics, and at least the coach lets him do it. What he should do.
Yeah. So
THT play really well. And he's really young too. So
yeah, and it sucks that he's not eligible for the Rookie of the Year this year because he will get a couple of playing times. But Taylor Horton Tucker, that's another guy who was at the Drew League that day.
Yeah.
He was there watching all these young talents. So, for anybody, go ahead and stay tuned. Hopefully the Drew League, does come back strong 2021. And we'll have a lot of great coverage for you guys for In the Front Row. But one of the things, I do want to talk about before we do get on out of here, Shereen, is a little bit of football. A little bit of football. And I know the Rams, I want to talk about that. We're not going to get away with that. Yeah, let's do it right now. Let's talk about the Rams right now. Let it out, Shereen. Let it out. Let me know. Let it out.
God. I couldn't believe it. 0-13 Jets. Sam Darnold. What the hell were we losing to them for? I can't even put my finger on anything. Like they just they looked good. They looked like they were about to make it, and then they just fell on their face. I don't know if they're missing some players or they're already in the playoffs, so they're not worried about it. But where was the pride? They were playing from home, That's my rant. You can't blame the quarterback. The quarterback was rushed the whole game. So he didn't have the protection he needs. I'm just going to say it. That's what I saw. He was always passing while running back because the Jets were going to sack him. So he was constantly running back, and he had the outlet pass, which worked for a couple yards. But if you can't get that first down in 3 tries, then you have to turn the ball over. And they were so close to tying up that game. But Sean McVay did not go for the field goal. I was like, go for the field goal. But I don't know, maybe they were too far back, but that would have tied the game if they could have made a field goal. But it was 4th and 4, and they went for it with a pass. So I would have liked to seen a trick play or something.
Yeah, I mean, it was funny when I saw it. I was like, really? To the Jets? You got to be kidding me. But it happened. I mean, things happen. But one of the things that did happen was on Thursday nights. I'm not sure if you got a chance to check that part out, Shereen, but on Thursday nights, we had a big game here with the Los Angeles Chargers and the Las Vegas Raiders. But according to Mr. Coach Chuck over there, he was wearing the wrong hat. So, he started off the game wearing an Oakland Raiders hat.
Oh my God.
And then he was told, hey, dummy, you're wearing an Oakland Raiders hat. We're in Las Vegas now. And then he decided to change it to a Las Vegas Raiders hat and still lost. What do you think possibly, did you get a chance to see the game though, by the way?
And I was kind of proud of Justin Herbert. So I thought he played a great game. And oh my God, that last touchdown, it was amazing.
I mean, it was in overtime, what a throw by a rookie and Justin Herbert. I mean, out of Oregon, and it was amazing. I was watching the feed, and it was just incredible to see a kid like Justin Herbert. And this is not just one game. He's had about half a dozen games like this already. So he's very excited. So it's very exciting for the LA Chargers to see here. But right now, I did mention I did talk to a Rams fan earlier this morning, and I told him Justin Herbert or Jared Goff. Like Jared Goff was given that contract already, a big, huge contract, which the Rams are going to feel maybe a little. I don't know how they're going to feel about that, but Justin Herbert or Jared Goff, Shereen?
Well, I mean, Justin Herbert, don't forget, like in the Pac-12, Oregon was was the best team. If not, I'm trying to get out of. Oh, there we go. He was on the Oregon Ducks. And as you saw yesterday, the Pac-12 championship, Oregon, who was like 3-2, beat the 5-0 USC Trojans. And so it just they're really good at getting Polynesian, the Polynesian pipeline to Oregon because of Salve, the assistant coach. And it really shows there's protection for the quarterback. So as long as he has a good O-line, Justin Herbert can do anything. Like he was solid. I think he played every single season. They didn't switch him out or anything. So he has a lot of experience. He, has a lot of experience from college. And it didn't surprise me, but it's exciting. Like he's putting it all on the line. So I'm really enjoying watching him, and it's good for LA. It's good for LA to. Yeah. Now, Jared Goff, like I said, he didn't have the protection. I don't know if that one player that got injured like 4 or 5 weeks ago is back, but he was a key to the success of the Rams. I forgot the guy's name. Huge. Yeah. He's a huge.
No, yeah, and I mean, believe it or not, the Rams have been good. They've been good. They had a chance to maybe win their 10th game this year. And they fell tonight. They're dropping to, I believe, 9-5. 9-5. So we got 2 more games left. So we're gonna go ahead and really get a chance to see where they're gonna be placed. We got a lot of different teams looking around. Right now, the Raiders, after them, dropping the game on Thursday night against the LA Chargers, have now gotten a chance of 5% chance of making the playoffs for the Las Vegas Raiders. Right now, one of the biggest situations that we got a chance to see that night was, Derek Carr got hurt. So, we got a chance to see that. We got a chance to see Marcus Mariota, a former Oregon, another Oregon kid. So we got a chance to see that part there, and Marcus Mariota, he did amazing. He played well.
I don't know why he didn't work out before.
Yeah, and he was the biggest reason why the Raiders actually stood in the game, because he has some very great outings out there. And do you think? Let me ask you a question, Shereen. Do you think Coach Chuck should go to Marcus Mariota instead of Derek Carr?
I'm partial. Okay, so I'm just going to say that up front. I'm partial. I watched Marcus Mariota in the Rose Bowl beat Jameis Winston and the Seminoles. It's the Seminoles, right? Florida State?
Right.
Yeah, I watched that game. And Marcus Mariota looked like, the Heisman Trophy winner, which he was. And Jameis Winston, was rolling back on his heels, losing the ball. So I think Marcus Mariota has a ton of talent, and he wasn't utilized well in his last. What was he playing for? Tampa Bay.
Yes.
Tampa Bay. So this might be.
Marcus Mariota. He was with Tennessee.
Oh, Tennessee.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Well,
Tennessee.
If I'm Gruden, who's a quarterback guru, right? Mm-hmm. I remember I just couldn't wait every year to watch him go with the quarterbacks who are getting drafted and talk to them about how they play the game. And he is a quarterback whisperer,
Right.
So he knows. So if he got a taste of Mariota, I think he should go with Mariota, honestly.
Yeah, watching Mariota that night. I was like, wow, this is this guy signed a 2-year. How much was that? I think $15 million year deal to be a backup for the Las Vegas Raiders.
What are you gonna do? Look at Nick Foles. Nick Foles, every time they think he's done, he comes back and he won a Super Bowl. He helped win a Super Bowl in Philadelphia. And he wasn't a Heisman quarterback, a Heisman Trophy winner. So Mariota has a lot of poise, and I think he's hungry. Why not go with him for the rest of this? And, like I said, Gruden is this big quarterback whisperer. He really knows that position. So if he saw something good out of Mariota, I think he might try Mariota. We'll see. The Raiders just want to win. They really don't care who's playing quarterback.
Right. So, one of the things, talking about Raider fans itself, one of the things I've seen was that, the Raider fans had been looking at over the past 20 years of nothing but a failure. I mean, they had not really seen their team really be great over the past few seasons. I mean, drafting from a Jamarcus Russell and, just having some very bad draft picks and even trading away. They traded away the wide receiver to the Dallas Mavericks, not Dallas Mavericks, that Dallas Cowboys. So they traded
a game.
right. The Dallas won a game today. They were facing who were they facing?
Indianapolis.
Wow. So they got to win against them, but still, I personally think Derek Carr has had enough time. Derek Carr has had enough time and proven himself, trying to prove himself that he is a good starter for the Las Vegas Raiders. I mean, I think the Las Vegas Raiders deserve better than Derek Carr. I mean, they got Marcus Mariota right on their bench. Now he might hopefully be the starter this upcoming weekend. I mean, the Raiders do have a 5% chance of making the playoffs to see how much that can really help them out. But I don't think the Raiders are any good this year. I don't think they're going to be good anytime soon. I mean, the Raiders are always going to be the Raiders. There's nothing else to say about the Raiders. The Raiders are always going to be the Raiders, plain simple. I mean, and that's in my case. I mean, I've seen the Raiders just fail and 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 fail so many times that I'm just like, who cares about the Raiders? I mean, the Raiders are just the Raiders. Doesn't matter if they're in Oakland. It doesn't matter if they're in Vegas. It doesn't matter if you put them in Japan or who knows in Mexico. I mean, it doesn't matter where you put them. The Raiders are always going to be the Raiders, plain and simple.
But Fredo, they haven't been able to play with fans in Las Vegas. So
right. I mean, do they need their fans?
Well, I'd love to see how they do in a dome with their fans. It might be really loud. It might be something that makes them feel better. I don't know. It's just so.
Sorry, Derek Carr. You need the fans to make you feel better. Possibly.
I'm talking about the whole team because I think the quarterback alone doesn't win or lose a game.
Right, and the defense has a lot to do with it. So maybe the defense got to step it up. I mean, for the Raiders defense to allow 31 points to the LA Chargers, who are not a playoff team,
with
the
Raiders rookie quarterback,
right, with the rookie quarterback, and they weren't able to do that. So I mean, they haven't been able to do that all year long. Of course, they now have 7 losses throughout the year. So we got to go ahead and see what the Raiders are going to do. Maybe for it's going to be funny for them to go ahead and see what the Raiders are going to do. For the next year.
I mean, if he uses Mariota, maybe they win enough to at least. 50,
I mean, Shereen, let's not forget they got a chance. They got a 5% chance in making the playoffs. You never know.
You never know
what's going to happen. But Shereen, it's been a pleasure to have you here on the Fredo Show.
With you, Fredo.
Yes, it's always fun for both of us individually to go back and forth because we both know a lot of things going up. But Shereen, before we do get going here on the Fredo Show, what do you want to go ahead and let the people know out there? And we always do a shout out, so why not do a shout out right now? Shout somebody out and let us know what's coming up.
Montrezl Harrell.
Oh my God! Montrezl,
you are a Laker, and we couldn't be happier.
Oh my God, Shereen, I know we haven't had this virtually just yet, but believe it or not, I was in the car the moment I got the tweet that Montrezl Harrell is closing in on the deal with the Lakers.
I was actually dancing.
I was shocked.
I'm happy he is.
Oh my God, man. And it was crazy because I didn't want to put anything out there. Hopefully Montrezl don't get mad. But I was always messaging Montrezl. And we went back and forth a few times, and then I told Montrezl, I was like, and this was back in like April or May. This was back in May or so. And I told Montrezl, I was like, Montrezl, if you want to win a ring, and this is before we won the ring, over this past year, I was like, Montrezl, come to the Lakers, bro. Like that's all. We got a chance to get to know him, cover him plenty of times.
Again, go find the interview.
Yeah, everything in the front row, guys. Everyone out there right now, if you're watching us right now on YouTube, you're in the front row. So just go ahead and click that subscribe button. And if you can't click subscribe because you're not logged into your account, then log in. You're always going to be logged in forever on your phone, on your smart TV, on your laptop, on whatever you're watching right now. Just go ahead and subscribe. Yes, subscribe right now. But again, about Montrezl, man, it's amazing to see him in purple and gold. I put it on my story all the time. It's just crazy to see him in that, and I'm proud of Montrezl and let's not say anything about Clutch Sports, because Clutch Sports, it's helping the Lakers out.
That's
so
right.
Thank you, LeBron James. Thank you, Rich Paul. Thank you, Clutch Sports and Rob Pelinka for being a great partner to Clutch Sports. But
I'm very excited about the season. Very excited.
So
shout out Trez. He has some new hoodies that are really cool and yellow and purple.
Yes.
Trez on the front. So go support the newest Laker. He's one of my favorite players in the NBA.
Right.
And he's young. Like, I always thought he was in his late 20s. He's not. He's like, when I saw his age, he's what, 23, 24, 20, something like 24, 25.
Yeah, Montrezl is a young cat, and he is hungry. He is hungry.
Yeah.
I'm just happy, and I hope he continues to play at the Drew League, because by the time we get a chance to maybe talk to Montrezl in person again, hopefully, I mean, maybe we get a chance sooner than that. But if we wait to the Drew League, he's going to be a champion by the time we see him at the Drew League. So it's going to be very amazing. And I mean, my quick shout out right now at the end of the day, I want to go ahead and shout out, for anyone that follows me on In the Front Row and on Fredo Cervantes here on Instagram and Twitter. Got a chance to see the interview that I got a chance to see, got a chance to do a week ago with Moises Linares. Moises Linares, who is a sports anchor, not just any sports anchor. He's a 11-time Emmy Award-winning sports anchor for Telemundo 44 and NBC 4 in Washington, D.C. Got a chance to interview. I've been, building a very good relationship with him over the past few months. Of course, we do have our, Hispanic background, and that's a way I got a chance to, get a chance to know him and follow his work. He's a very amazing, very great guy out in Washington, D.C. He grew up in Los Angeles. Let's not get that wrong. He grew up in Los Angeles. Salvadorian. He's with Salvadorian background. He grew up here in Los Angeles, made his way out of here in 2012. Went out to Washington, D.C., working for NBC4 and Telemundo 44 in Washington, D.C., covering sports. And, since joining them, he's an 11-time Emmy Award-winning sports anchor. And I got a chance to interview him and pick his brain about a lot of things in the business. So anyone that got a chance to miss that, go to In the Front Row right now, which you're already on there right now on our YouTube page, and check out our interview that we had there with Moises Linares from NBC4 Telemundo 44 last week. But that's my shout out for the week. And Shereen, it was a pleasure to have you on here today.
Thank you, Fredo. I'm glad you're back with the Fredo Report.
Yes, and the reason I'm back is because the NBA is back.
Yeah, I was NFL and college basketball.
Yes, everything is back. So I was able to, relax like everyone else did during November, no sports. And as well, everybody out there watching right now, starting this Tuesday, let's not forget, it is opening night for the Los Angeles Lakers and the Clippers. And, this is a funny thing, Shereen. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of point this out there right now.
Okay.
I want to let everybody know, I want to go ahead, I want to add an extra shout out here. I want to shout out the Los Angeles Clippers. They are finally gonna make it to a ring ceremony, and not just to any ring ceremony, but they're gonna go to the Laker ceremony on Tuesday night at the Staples Center, live on TNT, 7:30 p.m. And everybody, go ahead and check them out, guys. Lakers will be receiving their ring, hanging another banner, the 17th banner of their franchise history. So it's going to be amazing. Shereen, are you looking forward to Tuesday?
That's so exciting. So exciting. Another ring. I'm dying to see the ring.
Yes, it's going to be amazing ring. So again, Shereen, thank you very much for joining us here today on the Fredo Show. And everybody, we will be back next Sunday at 8 p.m., 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific here on In the Front Row. And thanks again for everybody watching here on the Fredo Show. Go ahead and check us out on In the Front Row. Follow me at Fredo Cervantes on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And as well, follow Sports Crazy 28, correct? Sports Crazy out there?
Crazy with 2 E's, 28 on Instagram, and Sports Crazy with 2 E's on Twitter. Yep.
Right,
And
there it is.
LA as well.
Yes. Follow In the Front Row LA on Instagram and Twitter as well. Check out
Facebook.
the latest updates and articles. Starting on Tuesday, you're gonna go ahead and see my articles. They're gonna be out there for you guys after every Laker game. I'm gonna go ahead and get you guys covered, give you guys all the latest updates, and of course, follow us here. Tune in next Sunday on the Fredo Show as I bring you. Let's see what the Lakers are going to be. Are the Lakers going to be 2-0, 3-0, or are they going to be maybe 0-2? Who knows what's going to happen? Go ahead and tune in next Sunday on In the Front Row, where we'll bring you the best views in sports. Isn't that right, Shereen?
That's right, Fredo.
That's right. We'll be right back. Yes.
Subscribe on YouTube.
Subscribe, guys, right now. Do it right now. Click
YouTube.com/
it.
In the Front Row.
Click.
Click subscribe.
Right now, like,
we
click.
only need 96 and we're at 1,000.
Literally,
That's
like right
true.
there.
Yeah.
There it is. Click it right now, guys.
We're getting
Click
there.
it.
Go subscribe.
Click it right now. Click.
To see
Subscribe.
Fredo and I debate.
Right
You don't
now.
want to miss
Subscribe.
that.
Yeah,
Like-
subscribe right now, guys. Subscribe. Do it.
We'll see you next week at 7:30, guys. Till next time.
VIP courtside, ay, it's going down. Everybody so hype. High school to the pros, now we in the front row. Hey, hey, thank you for tuning in to the show. Ay.